The opening contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring first from Hamburg, Germany, weighing 232 pounds, Mercer. What's up, WestZone fans? We are here for the opening night of Tuesday Turmoil. It's Winslow, joined at the commentary table with Tay. Tay, how we doing?
Doing wonderful. Always happy to be here. Pardon if I sound a little stuffy. There's
I know you've been a little. I know you've been a little sick lately, but I appreciate you powering through to be here with me for this debut night of Tuesday Turmoil.
Oh, you know I wouldn't miss this for the world, especially our cosplayer right here. I think it's his face, do you?
I've never, if it's a mask, I've never seen him with it off.
Because I say it because, like, you know, you look at it like, oh, that's obviously a mask, but then we had Charles, Mon-K, and Feeeeesh.
Felix, who's apparently part lion.
I sent an intern to get some testing, so.
Have you heard from him?
No, honestly, the intern hasn't returned my calls. It's been a couple days.
I'm sure they're just on vacation.
We don't pay him enough for that. Anyway.
And his opponent from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing 211 pounds, Micah, Neal. This is our first look at both of these competitors, Micah, Neal, and Mercer. Now, I just gotta say, Tay, how great is it to be in this new arena?
I'm loving it, but part of me does miss that Taiwanese concrete. Just a little bit.
As we talked about during Rebellion, we have upgraded to Vietnamese concrete, but we are here. We are 6 days removed from Rebellion. What a show it was. Some championships being determined, some titles changing hands. What a great night for the WestZone Wrestling Federation. And again, congratulations to our good friend Jonesy on becoming the new United States champion in an absolute classic against Westy.
Oh, 100%. And honestly, it's great to see, like, after they, both came backstage, there were no hard feelings. I mean, we even celebrated the night after.
Exactly. Westy, not here tonight, taking a little bit of family time because of the busy schedule, but he will be back next week. Jonesy, we will see him in action in our main event tonight in a little special attraction, champions versus champions match. And the inaugural new World Tag Team Champions, the Manimals, square off against the unlikely team of the new United States Champion, Jonesy, and our WestZone Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion, Kang of Kaos. That honestly makes for a great main event if Jonesy and Kang can be on the same page.
For sure. And honestly, when that match, when I saw it end up being made, and just honestly the eagerness of both Kang and Jonesy for that match, for them to team together, honestly, I'm kind of interested to see where the chemistry is going to take it.
Match so far, a little back and forth. Mercer early on, but Micah has really controlled the last couple minutes, but I might have spoke too soon. Big German and a ripcord lariat from Mercer.
Honestly, every time we see Micah start to try and build up some speed, Mercer's very quick to grab him, slow him down with that German.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that this match is actually the first of 3 matches tonight that are taking place in our United States Championship #1 Contenders tournament. So this match, along with Manson versus Felix, and Hanzo versus Kenny Adams, sorry. Those 3 matches are all taking place in the first round of this tournament. Next week, we will see the other 3 matches, one of which featuring our good friend Lionheart Shane Wilhelm made his impressive debut at Rebellion for us last week. After those matches, we will have 2 triple threats 2 weeks from tonight to crown the 2 men that will square off one-on-one to crown the #1 contender for Z Jonesy's title. So you got to imagine, he's going to have his eyes on these matches.
Oh, 100%. Honestly, we'd be hard-pressed to look past these guys. I mean, still very new competitors to our brand and to WZWF. Both looking to make a name here. Honestly, and it's good to see Micah, getting a little bit of momentum going. Ooh,
what an incredible move. I told you guys back at the draft, Mike and Neal, one of the most impressive athletes I've seen.
And I can definitely see what you're saying here. His high-flying ability is very impressive, even against a much larger Mercer.
Mike and Neal, only 5'6", the second shortest competitor we have outside of Boone.
And we've seen what that small stature and that speed has done for Boone. Oh, another miss from Micah.
Correction. Third outside of Boone and Feeeesh, both of whom are 5'4". Mercer viciously stomping the spine of Micah outside of the ring.
Was that a little bit of blood?
It looks like there might have been. Hard to tell from this angle there.
I said Micah doing what he can to keep Mercer down, but every instance where Mercer's able to even catch a little bit of a break, he returns with very brutal offense. Very targeted.
Yes, Mercer, a just dominating striker. But Micah, that high flying capability, it is impressive.
Ooh, another ripcord lariat from Mercer.
Kamagoye, that big knee strike. Now Mercer just raining down the shots from above.
I say he smelt the blood. Now he's going after it.
Micah right back in. Ducks under, leapfrog,
over.
And a big enziguri from Micah Neal.
Going for a pin here.
And that's all she wrote. Ooh. Micah Neal winning his first match and advancing in this little tournament.
Almost out of nowhere. Congratulations, Micah. Mercer definitely not prepared for that strike. Knocked out cold.
Congratulations, Micah.
And congratulations, Mercer.
Yeah, honestly, both of them with a great showing to start. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from deep in the jungle, weighing 238 pounds, Felix Hunter. He can't be part lion, right? Like, he can't be.
No. I mean, part of me wonders, like, is he okay? He's looking behind him like he's expecting someone. Almost makes me worried a little bit about his mental state.
Wait, he's leaving the ring.
Take it back, take it back. I mean,
uncomfortably close to the crowd. Either way, Felix,
trying to assert dominance.
The newest member of the Manimals, brought in specifically by Charles, who claims he's part lion. I don't know. And his opponent from parts unknown, weighing 248 pounds, Manson! Manson makes his way to the ring, obviously representing the Disciples. Felix and Manson, a little faction versus faction warfare here in the U.S. Championship Tournament. Both of these guys also making their debut. Sorry, I think.
Oh, it's faction.
Yes, we saw both. Well, we saw Draven and we saw Krauss and Lennox in that tag title match. Draven obviously being in the ladder match for the WestZone cash, sorry, that was won by Big Chud, Zydrunis Chudnofski.
Congratulations to him.
And Manson with a big knee strike out of the gate, not wasting any time. Manson, big man, 6'9", 248 pounds. Felix Hunter, he's not small himself, 6'5", 238. Looks to be just pure muscle definition on this guy. Incredible.
Incredibly impressive.
And again, apparently part lion. I hate to keep bringing it up, but I can't believe it. But Charles was just, he was so serious about it. Like, big shoulder tackle. It's always intimidating talking to Charles when no one else is around. But when I just tell you that the intensity was turned up a notch when he told me that Felix was part lion, I just had to agree. I said, okay, man, whatever you say.
Which I understand, but it also feels like, to me, you know, we've seen...
What power from Felix. He might be part lion.
But we have to worry about Charles' mental state. I mean, after the losses he's taken. I mean...
Losing to Sky and then coming back from the hiatus and being put in that World Heavyweight Championship main event at Rebellion to come up short against Kang.
Mason is looking to end it.
We'll see if Charles is able to get back on track tonight, though, as he will be going one-on-one against Big Chud, Zydrunis Chudnofski, fresh off that ladder match win.
Well, who knows? Maybe if Charles is able to put up a dominating fashion, maybe
all the way to the top.
Maybe we'll see a match
a
for that
huge thrust kick.
Felix not staying down, but swings wildly.
Some innovative offense by Manson, but like you said, it's possible. You know, if Charles beats Big Chud, we've talked about the cash and the fact that winning, Felix with a bear hug, winning that briefcase gave him the opportunity to cash in at any moment for a world title match. There's never been anything saying that he wouldn't be defending that case. So who knows what we'll see.
Honestly, we know the very psychologically dominant Charles, he could, convince Zydrunis of putting up the match, whether he likes it or not.
Manson is with a vicious assault right now. Definitely has the momentum in his favor at this moment in time, but Felix trying to fight back. Warming up. Big back body drop from the Lion. And a spine buster.
He's got those dominating strikes like a lion, but honestly, I'm waiting for the blood test. Ooh, that was almost it. I got this. It's probably the most in control we've seen Felix. Mason has been quick in the past to just shut Felix down.
I mean, yeah, and Manson was definitely in complete control there for a few minutes. Felix gaining some momentum. Can he keep it? And another big knee from Manson like we saw at the start of this match. kick to the head. Manson springboard forearm.
I say Felix tried to grab him, but Manson too quick. Or Manson, I'm sorry.
Don't let them hear you getting it wrong. These guys, the disciples, they're an intimidating force themselves. And Felix with the pounce! Now, he's got him in the lion tamer! But Manson able to get into the ropes.
I'll say that tactical awareness, the situational awareness from Manson there. And now Felix is letting it go to his head there. He almost had it won. He can't look past Manson.
And what power to just deadlift him into a running power slam. And that's all she wrote for Manson.
Very impressive by Felix. I mean, I had him pegged. I thought he was going to lose. But he managed to turn it around.
Felix with an impressive debut. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a third of the way through our card. Coming up next, some tag team action. Stay tuned. The following contest is a tag team match. Making their way to the ring first at a combined weight of 440 pounds, Krauss and Lennox, the Disciples. See
Yeah,
if
man,
Krauss,
these two. I'm sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, we'll see if they can right the wrong that Manson just caused.
I'll say, I mean, honestly, not a great showing for their leader.
Not the leader.
Oh, my bad.
It was the right-hand man, but Draven is the leader of the Disciples, from what I've been told.
I mean, not good for the right-hand man either. I mean, he's supposed to help keep order in the Disciples now. These two just saw him lose. Dominant as he was throughout, a loss is a loss.
Let's keep in mind, Lennox and Krauss, they lost at Rebellion, as did Draven, so you can't imagine that sat well with him. And now Manson losing? Every member of the Disciples has debuted within the WestZone Wrestling Federation, and they are all 0-1, so...
I'll see, but we've seen people be able to turn around. Guy's one of them. Jonesy, debut to a loss.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 449 pounds, Andre and Oliver Quinn, Kaos. Right, you are.
Here's our
Sky, truly the best example of, turning things around.
And our first match tonight with, like I'd say a veteran team of the WZWF.
Indeed so. Andre and Oliver. Such a fantastic showing in that triple threat match. Unfortunately, unable to come away with the tag titles.
But very impressive. I think the entirety of the Chaos faction has always been very impressive.
Indeed so.
And the Disciples have to, they have to be ready to knock these guys off if they want to make a name for themselves here.
And as we know, there's outside of Westy and Jonesy, representing WestZone, we only have 3 fully established teams on the Tuesday Turmoil roster. So with Mon-K and Feeeeesh being the tag team champions, in a way, this match could go a long way to determining the #1 contender. As Lennox and Oliver start things off in the match.
We are talking.
Lennox.
Ooh.
Nice reversal. Showing some power with that power bomb. And that pump knee strike. Another big knee. Into a cover. Will that be enough? No.
Look at him knock him out early.
Oliver getting the upper hand. Gonna send Lennox back to his corner. Targeting the arm.
I thought we were gonna see some tag team offense there.
I don't think it's in their plan just yet. That hanging dragon sleeper. Andre a little bit away from the turnbuckle there. Impressive offense from Oliver.
Both men going for quick pins here.
Well, even when you know you're not going to win, now we got our first tag of the night, but even when you know you're not going to get a win, like, sometimes those pins, they send a message. Andre, springboard dropkick rocks Lennox.
Disorients your opponent, you know, get them questioned, get them a little frustrated. Ooh, now targeting some offense there. And what'd you say, Lennox?
Yes, Lennox is the one in orange. Krauss is the one in white. Andre, big gut punch.
Ooh.
Beautiful ripcord clothesline. And they are just keeping Lennox isolated on their half of the ring. And that's what you do. That's, like you said, a veteran tag team here in the WZWF. They've been around since we started, what, 3-4 months ago now?
These guys know how to do it. I mean, they've seen a decent amount of success, I'd say.
Yes, but unable to win the big one. You know, have yet to become tag team champions. Obviously, we know that, you know, the history of the tag team titles in the initial WZWF run. Stubbs and Jeffrey dominating champions before they eventually lost them tag titles in a multi-team match to us, where we held those titles through the end of the initial iteration, if you will, of the WestZone Wrestling Federation before the big split. Now, Andre and Oliver again, unable to win the big one as the Manimals became the tag team champions.
You gotta imagine that's frustrating. I mean, and who knows, maybe they're looking to take on the Disciples, another team looking to take away success that they should feel is theirs. No, they've definitely earned it, or at least earned the chance to get it.
Especially when you see the success of their leader, their longtime friend, Kang, who, you know, after winning his match of Rebellion, not only is Kang the most, like, the winningest man in the WestZone Wrestling Federation, with a record of 8-2 overall since our start, but 8 wins. First person to have that mark. And not only that, he was the inaugural Midwest champion. Alright, lost the title in his first defense to Westy. After that, gets a couple wins. And where does that put him? That puts him in the main event of Rebellion versus the former World Heavyweight Champion Charles in a match to crown, you know, not quite the inaugural, but the first champion with the new iteration of the WZWF World Heavyweight Championship, and Kang won again.
Like, I mean, he's beaten you. I don't know if I've had the chance to fight him. But it's like, he's very dominant. Everyone, you know, he faces up against, because part of that has to do with his durability. He can take the hits and keep coming.
Up to this point, the only 2 people that have beaten Kang are Boone in the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship match, and then Westy when Westy took the Midwest title from him. Andre looking for a cover on Krauss. Kick out at 1. Kang also, just as we're talking about, the first person to have 2 different title reigns in the WestZone Wrestling Federation. And it's with 2 different titles. He's been the mid-card champion, and he's now the world champion. And I honestly honestly, I look forward to his world title run. Because with the momentum he's had, you know, once he gets that first successful defense out of the way, if he's able to, the sky's the limit for that guy.
Oh, 100%. It's like, he and Boone are, honestly, I would say the two most dominant superstars that we've had. The two most impressive wrestlers.
And, you know, I obviously, from an ego standpoint and the success we've had, you know, I gotta throw the two of us in there, especially as a team. I like to think of us probably as, you know, I honestly, to this point, probably the most dominant tag team, but when we're talking about dominant, we would be remiss if we didn't mention Westy. Because Westy, even coming off that loss, has had an incredible run here so far.
Very much.
Andre, that taste of pain. Lennox breaks up the count. You know, we've seen Westy 7 wins.
Oh!
Krauss with a roll-up.
One of your favorites.
I do love me a spontaneous roll-up. And Westy, the first man, or not the first man. Charles was the first one to beat Boone. But either way, Westy, you know, his only loss before Jonesy coming at the hands of Boone in that kickoff tournament.
And honestly, I mean, going into it, I mean, Boone had all the momentum in the world, and I want to say that Westy put up a decent showing. I want to say there were flashes where I felt like he had the chance to win. But it's unfortunate that Boone and that spike DDT of his.
A double tag here as we got Oliver and Krauss coming in. Krauss, big knee. We saw Manson use that knee twice against Felix. And now targeting the leg.
It's like a disciple's, like, oh, a signature of theirs. Oh.
Oliver targeting the arm of Krauss.
Well, not quite submission, my apologies.
Goes for a cover, though. Krauss kicking out at 2.
I said Lennox seemed confident that he would be able to kick out of that.
And now a shoulder, just driving a shoulder into the mat. Krauss going and tagging Lennox back in.
Ooh.
Oliver sending him into the corner.
Quick hit. We're gonna get a jab at Oliver when he was turning the tables on Lennox. Ooh, running.
Big pump kick, and now Lennox tagging in Krauss. I believe Lennox and Krauss both a bit tired in this match. Obviously, they're not used to the competition level here yet. So I can definitely wouldn't be surprised if they were getting a little gassed.
Especially a staple of Chaos, how dominantly
Wait a minute,
like Krauss, the durability.
Krauss is going after Andre now.
Listen, he's got to be careful. You can't. Andre's a very good fighter. He's a scrapper, you know. He could turn the tables. You got a couple good hits on him.
Oh, a big tag. What are they looking for here? Big double back body drop.
Ooh.
Big impact. Andre's looking for something. Andre, the BFT! Ooh. That might be it for Krauss.
Here comes Lennox.
Lennox breaks it up at 1, but you know, we know about our rule system here. You come in, there's a delay before you can go again, but wait a minute. Krauss with a tombstone pile driver to Andre. And Andre kicking out Oliver with nothing but trust in his brother.
Listen, Andre quick to his feet, but he ate the attack from Krauss, but he's not saying no. That's the durability I keep talking about, that endurance.
Another tag. Oliver shot to the body of Krauss. Krauss right, big back kick.
Oh!
Krauss tagging in Lennox.
You wouldn't imagine the high speed like offense from these two bigger guys. Oh, one would be like a miss to say like they would expect them to be like slow lumbering powerhouses, but these guys are fast.
Yeah, I mean Lennox only 6'3", 210 pounds. He just seems more intimidating standing next to Krauss, but even Krauss at 6'6", 230, they're the smallest two members of the Disciples. Andre and Oliver Quinn actually come in at a higher combined weight than Krauss and Lennox.
Which is interesting to think about.
And Lennox throwing Krauss through the air with that assisted shoulder tackle. Krauss throwing him back into the corner. We're seeing them work together more and more here. Big body shot to Andre. Wait, Lennox has him up. Tombstone pile driver. That's 2 times now Andre's been hit. Oliver unable to make the save. He wasn't able to get there in time. Lennox and Krauss with an impressive first victory that you know has to put a smile on Draven's face.
I think they fought very hard for it. Congratulations to them.
Congratulations, indeed.
I'm impressed. I'm ready to see where that momentum's going to take them.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring first from Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing 240 pounds, WolfMan, Kenny Adams. Kenny making his way to the ring, unfortunately unable to win that WestZone cash at Rebellion. You know how much he wanted it.
And he fought very hard for it.
He was my favorite going into the match, but the newcomer, Big Chud, coming away with it.
I mean, look, he fought hard, but those multi-man matches, there's so much you can't account for.
And his opponent from Kanazawa, Japan, weighing 215 pounds, Hanzo Lee. As the samurai makes his way to the ring, we will see his one-on-one debut. Hanzo also coming up short in that match for the cash.
Also, but surprisingly, you know, another competitor that comes to the ring carrying a weapon.
In a way, too, another kendo stick. But
let's see.
This
he
match,
has better success with it.
Yeah, hopefully he will. This match is the third match of the night for that U.S. Championship tournament that I talked about at the start. So whoever wins this match will be joining Micah, Neal, and Felix in a triple threat match in 2 weeks. Kenny, Fisherman Suplex, going for an early cover. Hanzo able to kick out. Kenny Adams, another guy. The main event of our very first show for the kickoff tournament, coming up short against Victor that night. But he hasn't really been able to get things going. He's only amassed 2 wins. And he just... I can definitely see it eating away at him. You know, I've known Kenny for a bit. I definitely thought he was going to be one of the fixtures of this company and positioning himself at the top, but there's still time to turn it around.
His footing.
This fresh change of scenery could do just that coming to Tuesday nights. Big side slam by Hanzo, but Hanzo looks great in this match.
That's it. He's now in a field surrounded by so many new faces.
DDT. Indeed so is. Honestly, as we've talked about, Hanzo rolling through into an arm breaker. As we talked about, this is our debut episode of Tuesday Turmoil. We have expanded the show, split the roster from 48 down to 2 shows of 24. Tuesday Turmoil, you will hear myself and Tay every week on commentary. Friday Night Fury will be me joined by Zach Westy. Obviously, in doing so, Zach Westy, Jonesy competing on this show. Myself and Tay, the current reigning tag team champions over on Friday Night Fury.
But it'll be sad not being able to do commentary with Westy again, but I mean, that gives you a reason to look forward to pay-per-views.
Exactly, it just builds that anticipation. Kenny, big shot to the midsection. Yes, and when we come together, however so often for our pay-per-view events, it will be the 3 of us just as it was in the beginning, and it will make those nights a little more special.
Right. Kenny with some interesting offense. Hanzo trying to get into the ring, but Kenny's just not letting him go.
Kenny whipping him into the barricade and another fisherman suplex. Kenny's got to be mindful of the ref's count at 6, but look, a count-out win is a win. Jawbreaker. Kenny throwing him into the announce table.
I think Kenny almost seems angry here.
Kenny getting himself into the ring. Can Hanzo make it in time? He does. Kenny taunting him in the corner, but just punching him in the face. Kenny showing almost an edgier side in this match.
Just an ego, like we talked about. Maybe that this new environment, this new scenery for him is just.
Hey, German.
Maybe it's going to his head a little bit, honestly.
I love the confidence, but the ref not seeing Hanzo's foot under the rope, but Hanzo able to kick out at 2 anyway. Kenny, big belly-to-belly suplex. Kenny, big elbow from the top, that showstopper elbow drop.
Yeah, Hanzo not really be able to get any offense in after the opening moments.
A huge frog splash from Kenny. That's one of his finishing maneuvers. And that's all she wrote for Hanzo. Kenny, big win tonight to gain some early momentum in Tuesday Turmoil.
Incredibly dominant.
Hanzo came fast out of the gate, but Kenny, once he took over it, he really controlled that match.
You gotta say, that's that veteran status for Kenny there.
Kenny moves on to that triple threat match in 2 weeks.
Congratulations, Kenny.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Making his way to the ring first, representing the Manimals from the Wild West, weighing 230 pounds, Charles.
And we were talking about him earlier, and here's our very menacing, terrifying.
I just have to say, the best entrance in the Federation.
Oh, 100%. It's not even threatening us to say it.
That ritualistic rising from the ground beneath the flames. Charles now. We'll talk about Charles. Much like Kenny, you know, hasn't had the best run. I mean, Charles is a former World Heavyweight Champion. He beat Boone for the title, the first man to pin Boone, but then in his first defense lost it to Sky, and has just then, after the hiatus, immediately falling short to Kang for the world title again. Charles is someone just like Kenny with only 2 wins thus far. But we can't take away the fact that he is a former World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, 100%. Like, his 2 matches have been, he's won at the right time where he needed to.
His opponent here tonight is a man with a world of momentum and a guaranteed title shot in his hands. And his opponent from St. Petersburg, Russia, weighing 252 pounds, he is the holder of the WestZone Cash, Big Chud, Zydrunis, Chudnofski. Okay, Chud, come into the ring with that briefcase. The smile on his face. He knows what's inside that case. He knows what having that cash is going to do for his career if he can capitalize at the right moment.
I'll say 100%, and especially for a newcomer here, he could immediately become the face of the brand.
Exactly. I mean, that cash, if used right, all but hands you that World Heavyweight Championship that Kang just won. And that's got to eat at Charles. You know, seeing that this new guy just came in, wins 1 match, and could borderline be handed the World Heavyweight Championship that he has fought so hard for on multiple occasions.
And just coming up short, both him and his faction, numerous times.
And we saw his team, Mon-K and Feeeeesh, they became the new World Heavyweight, or the World Tag Team Champions, sorry. You know, with us going to Friday Night Fury, we relinquished the World Tag Team Championships in place of us being crowned the Global Tag Team Champions, and the Manimals winning that elimination triple threat match against the Disciples and Kaos and becoming the first set of the new champions.
And then having Felix, the questionable origins man, you know, winning his debut match.
The faction is gaining some momentum, but Charles coming off of probably the 2 most heartbreaking losses of his career, losing his title, failing to win the new title. It's got to eat at someone like Charles. I mean, we've had Westy tell us for so long just how much of a psychopath Charles is, how ruthless. But unfortunately lately, he has not been able to show it. And right now, getting carried around by Big Chud.
It's got to make you wonder, like, what's that going to do for his faction dynamic? If they keep going up, and then their leader, the guy who's supposed to be the most dominant member, just can't keep up.
I'm just saying, I've seen a lion eat a rabbit before. Charles needs to get some more. Michinoku driver from Charles.
Ooh.
And misses the mark on that dive.
Honestly, Big Chud looked like he waited for Charles to make that move. Like almost like he scouted Charles' previous matches, seeing what he would do, the mindset that he would be in. That's very impressive.
This also is Chudnofski's debut singles match. We saw him win the ladder match, but hey, let me tell you a little bit about Chud here. I mean, he finishes things with just one of the most devastating versions of the camel clutch submission I've ever seen. Just ramming his head into the chest of Charles. But he utilizes that camel clutch to perfection. And don't even get me started about his Iron Claw slide.
But who knows, maybe we'll see it here tonight against Charles.
I just might.
Charles just looking to punish him. I mean, as much as I want to see Charles win, because I mean, are we acquaintances with him? Like, because I know we're definitely not like friends. Like,
Well,
is Westy really friends with him?
We've kind of, from what I've gathered, is that him and Westy aren't friends. They're like, they're more like work colleagues, but don't actually work together. So I guess like they would be acquaintances. So we're like acquaintance adjacent. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just kind of glad we wrestle on Fridays.
Right, 100%.
I don't have to touch that uncomfortably dry fish ever again.
Yeah, it's like I don't.
Charles, another bunny hop. This one connecting.
Like I don't know what he puts on himself, but
uncomfortably
it needs to
dry.
Stay. Yeah, it's like he almost like puts something on to dry himself out even more. Like you think he'd be a slippery son of a gun. But he just almost like a shark, just kind of grates him. Ugh. Just thinking about it gives me the shivers.
And Chud just ducked that devastating attempt at a roundhouse kick from Charles.
Listen, we've seen what that roundhouse can do.
Charles with that discus boot. That's how he won the world title. But Chud out at 2.
Nothing, but Charles very quick on the offensive again. He knows he had Big Chud close.
Chud fighting back to his feet.
Charles not giving an inch here.
Big kick to the face.
Dominating combination there.
And now just raining down some strikes. You see the face paint of Chudnofski starting to just get wiped away during this match. Chud taking Charles to the corner.
Did I hear a break his fingers?
I'm not sure. Chud's got him up. Snake eyes in the far corner.
Does Charles have fingers?
Maybe? Big Inseguri. He's got feet, I know that for sure, and he knows how to use them. Charles, big power bomb. Pump knee strike. Charles stomping the arm, and that's smart. You know, scouting what he's been able to about Chud. Knowing Chud uses that camel clutch submission that relies on that grip strength. Chud kicks out again. Kicks out with some power at that.
I said Charles is getting frustrated here.
Chud wisely rolling out of the ring. Charles looks undecisive, sees him start moving, and takes the fight to the outside.
It's like a hunter just stalking his prey.
Big knee.
This Charles is seeming almost more deranged than the Charles that we used to be
A lot more
uncomfortable
aggressive, but Chudnofski fighting out of it again. Oh, Charles attempting that Superman punch a la Jeffrey, but missed. Chudnofski, big kick.
That's something that we really
and
had to...
there's that kick.
Oh, but he's back up.
Wait, Charles has him up. Feast your eyes. The referee's up to a count of 7. Charles has to get this back in the ring. He doesn't want a count out. He wants to win by pinfall.
Oh, but there he is. Wise, break up the count.
The ref said a count of 9.
Gonna be a win.
Chud is staggered on his feet. Chudnofski, confused, unable to make it into the ring.
I almost wonder if Charles was able to concuss him.
Charles is your winner by countout. And some much needed momentum.
I say it may not be the dominating pin. Stop looking at me.
The following contest is your main event of the evening, and it is a Champions versus Champions tag team match. Making their way to the ring first, representing the Manimals, at a combined weight of 445 pounds, they are the WestZone Wrestling Federation World Tag Team Champions, Mon-K and Feeeeesh. Mon-K and Feeeeesh, the Manimals, make their way to the ring. We get a good look at those beautiful new tag team title belts.
100%. Like, this is, like, it works very well for Mon-K because the color scheme almost matches, and honestly nothing looks good on Feeeeesh.
You know, and honestly, I gotta say, it's a little heartbreaking to see somebody else carrying belts referred to as the World Tag Team Championships, because I mean, we fought hard for those belts. We won those belts and we defended them multiple times. And yes, we are still champions. And don't get me wrong, I love our beautiful Global Tag Team Championships. But it's just, you know, you get where I'm coming from. It stings a little bit seeing somebody else referred to as the World Tag Team Champions.
Especially knowing that they couldn't beat us, but they still have Tag Team Championships.
Who knows what the future holds?
I'll win for them against us.
Damn right, my brother. Of course, as we said, this match, kind of a Champions All-Star match here on Tuesday Turmoil. Tag Team Champions going off against our Singles Champions. And their opponents first. Making his way to the ring from the Bronx, New York, he is the WestZone Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion, Kang Krauss. Kang looks good with that title. You know, as much as I loved like the initial iteration of championships that we had with that original WestZone Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship, with the original tag titles, and with that Midwest Championship, I gotta say, we knocked it out of the park with these new titles.
Oh, very much so. Especially since I know that you went all out with doing what you could to work with our designers.
Indeed, so I spent a lot of time with them. I'm just blown away by the outcome. Now we wait, Kang's partner. And his partner making his way to the ring from River City, Iowa, weighing 180 pounds. He is the WestZone Wrestling Federation United States Champion, the Music Man, Jonesy. As we see Jonesy coming out with that title, not doing the usual hip shake.
It almost looks like he's trying to be more refined, a little bit more professional with the title.
I like it. I like the aura that he's presenting. That little pose he just hit there.
Oh, 100%. Like this. This is Jonesy, who he didn't get the best start, but now he's here. He's at gold, and now he's put himself on the totem pole. Like, he knows he's a benchmark now for these guys.
Westy hand-picking Jonesy to be his opponent at Rebellion. I respect his decision. I understand why he did it. And Jonesy able to come away with the victory then and take that beautiful brand new U.S. championship that Westy was just awarded on the night of the draft. and make it his own.
Oh, 100%. It's like, I can't wait to see the prestige that Jonesy brings to this title.
Look at the confidence. And like I said earlier, it's going to be interesting to see how Jonesy and Kang work as a team, but we know they were both pretty excited about this match as two brand new crowned champions, you know, coming together here to take on the brand new tag team champions as well. So, you know, remember, going into Rebellion, none of these four men had titles. So, very interesting here. Obviously, you want... Go ahead.
That's it. So not only is it a battle of new champions, you know, like putting their name out there and like putting the dominance of their goals. They're also, you know, they're adding prestige to each of their new belts.
Right. Well, and like you got to imagine, this is a tag team match. So you got to imagine the advantage would go to Feeeeesh and Mon-K. They've been a tag team since the day that the WestZone Wrestling Federation started. Kang is a singles wrestler. Kang is the leader of Kaos. He's a former Midwest champion. He's the current World Heavyweight champion. We can't take away from him. Beautiful shoulder tag. We can take nothing away from Kang. But then you look at Jonesy. Jonesy's only had 2 matches in the WestZone Wrestling Federation. An unfortunate performance in that Elimination Chamber match where he debuted. And then coming back after the hiatus and beating Westy in an incredible match to become a champion. Big backfist.
So while Jonesy hasn't had, you know, the match experience that say Mon-K and Feeeeesh would have, but as singles champions, you would imagine, you would have to say that both Kang and Jonesy are the stronger individual wrestlers. So you'd have to imagine, you know, it's going to be a battle of, is the team better or the 2 individuals who have to work together better?
Correct. Kang kicks out at 2. And like we talked about, like, if you pin a champion, you got to imagine you have a good claim to be in the future get a title shot. Could you imagine if someone like Feeeeesh or even Mon-K was able to pin Kang in this match? Like, down the road, we have to look at them as a potential challenger for that world title.
And then saying that if they're able to win, it's like, are we gonna have these tag team carrying like 3 belts? Fish throwing Kang into the ref.
And where we look at Kang here with Kang with that beautiful basement roundhouse kick. But where we look at Kang with that World Heavyweight Championship, you know, it's the same situation as the Manimals becoming the World Tag Team Champions. Oh, Kang's setting up for something. Kang with the kill shot. Is this going to be over before Jonesy even gets in the match? Feeeeesh able to kick out.
Okay, surprisingly not going to break it up.
Remember, we have the rules in place. If you enter the ring, you cannot get back in for a fixed amount of time unless you're tagged into the match. He came in for that initial pin, but Feeeeesh kicked out right away, so he had already burnt that use. I mean, that's a disqualification if he gets in the ring.
And then, I'm sorry, go on.
Well, no, go ahead, because you're talking about more the match here.
I was going to say, like, imagine, as we talked about, if Feeeeesh or Mon-K were to pin one of these 2 as singles champions, we'd have to look at for a title shot. What would that mean if one of these 2 is able to pin the tag team champion?
You're not wrong. I mean, it could go a long ways into giving them shot. Well, and ideally is, who says down the road, you know, if Jonesy pins Feeeeesh here, right? And You know, we're a month down the road. Feeeeesh and Mon-K still tag team champions, but Kang and Jonesy lose their titles. Who's to say we don't have a tag team titles match on our hands? You know? Like a win tonight would show they could work as a team.
Right. Or it's like, even if, say, Kang was able to get the pin on Mon-K, would he look past the Jonesy? Would he go for like Shane Barker, someone that he knows very well?
Alternatively, too, if he was able to, you know, score that pinfall victory over the tag team champions, would he use it as leverage to try to get to Quinn's a tag title shot?
Like this match is very important ramifications for the future of Tuesday Night Turmoil.
Tuesday Turmoil.
I'm sorry. I happened to look at my watch there and I'm like, oh wow, it's getting a little late.
Yeah, it is nighttime. Mon-K and Jonesy. Mon-K throwing him into the corner, and this is what they do. This is that teamwork. This is where I'm saying they might have the advantage, that double back body drop. But Jonesy just kipping up. But Feeeeesh back in control.
Ooh, a very strong punch to the gut. Into a ripcord lariat.
But Jonesy right back to his feet. Springboard forearm.
You saw Feeeeesh try to grab his momentum, but Jonesy slipped past him.
Feeeeesh right back in charge. Throwing him into his corner again.
That's it. You gotta imagine that. Well, go on. I'm sorry.
Electing not to go with the tag team offense, but
that's it. And looking further, it's like you gotta imagine the Manimals are looking.
Wait a minute.
Charles proud.
They're setting up. This is the compactor, and they hit. That's their finishing move.
Kang's in.
Kang breaks it up before a count of one, but now we know the timer's on. Jonesy is alone unless he can make a tag. And Mon-K, not sure if it's the wisest decision, but attacking Kang, and Jonesy's just letting it happen.
He's letting the rage get him. He's like, he knows Mon-K, let him focus on it, and then Jonesy ready to go.
Now Jonesy essentially in a handicap match.
But this is how you have to win tag matches. Isolate the one.
And the Muay Thai knees to the body now. Jonesy trying to fight out. Big power bomb. Flips him over. Pump knee. A move we've seen many people use.
And honestly, that's the thing. A lot of the people who've been here for a while, you know, we've all learned from each other.
Ripcord lariat on the Mon-K. Jonesy looking to win the match. No.
Makes you wonder. Charles has to be looking on at the Manimals. Like, he came away with a win. Not the win he wanted, but the win he got anyway. If the Manimals can't do it, they already tarnished the name of, like, the prestige of their titles. Is that going to further push Charles off the deep end there?
See Jonesy with the wild thing. Take it. Oh my God, is he going for it? The move I helped him develop? No. Instead, electing for that power slam a la Sky.
That's it. Mon-K trying to crawl away. Jonesy.
And Jonesy taking Feeeeesh out right off the jump.
Jonesy wanting to weaken the team. That way when he goes for the finishing shot.
Jonesy electing to tag in Kang, which does reset the timer. A big pump kick from Feeeeesh.
Feeeeesh pulling a page out of Jones's book there, immediately targeting the guy coming in.
striking offense.
Going for a combo there.
Feeeeesh kicking out at 2.
Tagged by both men.
Jonesy looked like he might have been trying to get Mon-K back to the corner. Mon-K has him up. My God. Ape shit! Could that be it? But Kang coming in and breaking it up immediately.
Okay, and there it is. Mon-K again letting the frustration take over.
Like we talked earlier. Kang now can't get back in the ring.
You would have to wonder, I mean, Mon-K hit Jonesy with ape shit. If he would have pressed the attack, would he have been able to put Jonesy down? He was already dazed. Kang couldn't, interfere anymore.
Jonesy going after Mon-K now.
If the Manimals
very
lose,
similar to what Mon-K did to Kang. Jonesy diving out of the ring, takes down Feeeeesh. Kang getting knocked down as well.
Jonesy the last man standing here.
Feeeeesh with a takedown, top mount, and just raining some strikes.
Jonesy getting his hands up to guard, but you gotta know that some of those uncomfortably dry slaps got in there. Oh, are we gonna see another count out?
Shut up. In the ring, and it's a double count out.
Honestly, both sets of champions not looking to give up.
Such an unfortunate end to our show, but thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Tay will be back next Tuesday with another episode of Tuesday Turmoil. And myself and Westy will be here on Friday for Friday Night Fury.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you next week.